Right off of Route 9 in Poughkeepsie, New York is one of my favorite courses in the Hudson Valley, Casperkill Golf Club. I say it's my favorite because 3 years ago I shot my lowest round ever on a course with a 74. To this day, I still remember every shot from that magical round, and this is the first time I have played it since then. Casperkill is a course designed for mid-handicappers to go low, with short par 5s, slow greens, and at times wide open fairways. But just because it isn't challenging as, say, McCann Memorial doesn't make this track boring. There are a good amount of elevation changes and some very scenic holes that look even better on this beautiful fall day. This course is also known as the best value in the Hudson Valley, and that is no lie. On this day, I paid $45 for the round, an incredibly low cost for these days where everything is overpriced. So let's head down to the course and see if I can make a run at my record. The opening hole is a downhill par 5. If you hit the fairway, there is a reasonable chance at hitting the green in 2, which is exactly what I did in my low round 3 years ago, but this time I pulled it left into the rough. When laying up, you just need to make sure you safely cross over the hazard that separates the fairway. That's a 5-iron in hand.
I lost it.
That wasn't a great strike, but I'll have a good look at the green. The sweatshirt comes off as temperatures hit around 75 degrees on the last week of October. I really struggle with making contact on wet lies. Come up just short of the green, putting for birdie with the Texas wedge. If there is one thing that I like at Casperkill, it's the slow greens. Makes it a lot easier to putt on. Putting for par here, and I found the center of the cup. We'll move to the second hole. It's a tough par 4 with an elevated green. Trees line the right side of the rough, so I'm aiming up the left-hand side of the fairway. Being left is better than being right on this hole. That was a good strike, but I still found myself in the rough, ball below my feet, which is not exactly what I want considering I need to get some loft. The ball rolled up the club face and I came up short of the green. The entire face of the elevated green was under repair, so I actually did move the ball closer to the hole and drop there. I know that's not technically legal, but I'm not all about formalities on this channel. That would have been a nice par save, but I lipped the right edge. We'll take the bogey, move to the third hole. Par 3. What makes this hole tough, it feels like a peninsula green with water covering the left side and the front side of the green.
I didn't see a splash. I'm good?
That was a good club choice. Pin high, just pulled it a tad left, putting for birdie. Giving this a nice little run right by the hole. That was a well-paced putt. We will make the tap in for par.
Thank you.
Move to the fourth hole. This is a short par 4. Being on the right side of the fairway is optimal. The fairway does slope down to the left, so it does make for a more difficult approach shot. I am in between clubs here, so with the wind at my back, I went for a higher lofted club. That is the gap wedge. Struck it well, but kind of overswung. I did get it there, but I pulled it left of the green. But that is the safe miss. That was a great chip, landed exactly where I wanted to.
Wow. Thought that would roll out more.
But that is the downside of slow greens. Did not roll out as much as I'd like, so I have a little bit of meat on this bone. But that is no problem for this carnivore. We knock in the par putt. We'll move to the fifth hole, straightaway par 5. Imagine this hole is just an empty canvas. Splatter the ball wherever you like. I went a little right. No real issues here. I have a 5-iron and trying to advance as far as I can. A good second shot will leave me with another flip wedge in. This is about a 3/4 swing right here. And sometimes with 3/4 swings, I get a little too cute. I try to guide the ball to the hole instead of swinging with intention, hit behind it. So I'm going to have to do some scrambling once again.
Yes.
That was a great chip shot. Puts me about 3 feet for par. And to misquote Bob Seger, I'm just a rambling, scrambling man. Moved to the sixth hole. The tee boxes were much closer than they normally are. I could have bombed a driver at the green, but I didn't want to wait for the green to clear. Ended up pulling that 54 yards away from the pin. And learning my lesson from the previous hole, I accelerated through that. It's a good strike. Pulled it just a hair left. I am finally on the dance floor for a birdie.
Hit it.
I did hit it, but it was just on the wrong line. But we'll tap in for par. The seventh hole, To me, it's the hardest hole in the course. Usually I would hit 3-wood with a short hole like this, but a 3-wood brings the fairway bunkers into play. So I opted for the driver, and I couldn't have placed it any better. Found the center of the fairway. It leaves me with just a sand wedge in. It was a good strike. Fortunately, left the club face a little bit open.
Oh no.
That is a recipe for disaster. That was the worst possible outcome besides hopping it into the hazard. Probably shouldn't have gone pin hunting there.
Oh, sit down, Ken.
Caught a little bit more ball than I would have liked, and it's going to leave me with an extremely long putt. This has 3-putt written all over it. Take a look at this bend.
Come on.
I just had a little too much speed.
All right.
The big number has avoided me so far. I've been scrambling very well. Let's see if I can make this putt for bogey.
Oh.
Oof, and I missed it on the low side. So that'll be a double bogey. We'll move to the 8th, 146 yards. The best strike I've had so far today. Probably the best strike I've had in a long time. But good strikes don't mean anything when you don't hit the green. Any further left, I would have been in the water hazard. Thankfully, I'm just chipping. That was a good strike. I wish I could say I curved that ball, but the contours of the green pulls the ball towards the pin. This would be a wonderful up and down if I can pull it off. I've been doing it so far today.
Oh, man.
It was a nice putt. It felt good off the club face. Fortunately, tapped in for bogey, moved to the 9th. That is a hybrid.
Oh, boy, did I take the target line on that one.
A club that I just put back into the bag.
Oh, it came out. Do you see it?
Oh.
I got really lucky. The ball bounced back into the fairway, but I have to hook this ball hard if I want to reach the green. That was my best not a scratch golfer impersonation. But that ball did not draw at all. It was a good miss, however. I like where that ball's headed.
All right.
I got the approval from my playing partners. Got about 5 feet here for par. The putt was dead straight, and I pushed it out to the right. I limped my way into the back 9. After a great start to the round, I go double bogey, bogey, bogey to finish the front 9 at 5 over 41. The numbers don't look great, but what has been great is my scrambling. I had 3 par saves and 4 chances. So let's head to the 10th and see if I can play a little better. Judging from the title of the video, let's say I had quite the finish to my round. The 10th hole is an oddly shaped par 5, pretty big elevation change, and it doglegs 90 degrees to the right.
Hey, that's good. Direction is good.
Hitting driver is a little too much club here, so I opted for the hybrid. It was the good choice. Apologies for the poor camera angle. I'm hitting a 5-iron here, just laying up. Good solid strike. I had a really difficult time seeing the ball in the air on this day. When the sun is this low in the fall, it just makes the ball a lot harder to see. So I have 117 yards. Pin is in the back. It is important if the pin is in the back to get it there.
Nice.
The green has a 2-tiered green, and if you don't hit the top tier, then you're going to end up where I am. The one downside to slow greens is that you really have to whack the ball hard if you want to get it to the pin. I just didn't trust whacking it hard enough.
That's what she said.
So I'm left with this pretty straight putt, just about 8 or 9 feet away for par.
Hit it.
And if I just hit it hard enough, I would have found the bottom of the cup. I'm on a bit of a bogey train as I head to the 11th hole. Beautiful, picturesque par 4. I think this is my favorite hole on the course.
Saw that one.
I caught the left edge of the fairway. That is a 9-iron. Not the greatest contact in the world, but I was downwind, no spin on that
Oh,
ball,
it got up there.
and somehow the ball got there. Not only did it get there, but I got about 15 feet for birdie.
If I hit it, that would have been really good.
I'm just not getting enough pace on these uphill putts, but I knock in the putt for par. So we get off the bogey train. The 12th hole is the longest par 3 on the course at 190 yards. That is a 4-iron. There is water on the right, but to be honest, it never really comes into play unless you really shank one. Even though I made good contact, that ball just wouldn't stop drawing, so I'm a little short-sighted.
Oh. I tried to get too cute with it.
You would never know, but that was actually really good contact. I just didn't give it enough. So now I'm really short-sighted,
Oh, no.
and I bladed it across the green. The frustrations of a mid-handicap golfer. So now we have this 20-foot plus putt for bogey.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
This game's too easy.
Recovery.
Just a simple one-putt bogey as I head to the 13th hole. Par 4, dog leg hard to the left. That is not the shot shape that you want for this hole.
Oh, that's okay.
I was trying to take it over the bunkers on the left side. Instead, I clanked it off a tree and fortunately got a good bounce back into the fairway.
Ooh, I got through.
You could tell from the sound of the strike, it wasn't great contact, but I did clear the bunker. I'm on the green, but I have another long putt for birdie. And this time I get it close to the pin. That'd be a nice tap in for par. 14th hole, easy par 4, very short. Opted for the. Though I pulled it left, that is the safe miss. The ball is slightly below my feet as I'm hitting towards an elevated green. That's a gap wedge. Great contact out of this rough. Just crept onto the green, somehow kept it below the hole, which is where you want to be. Gave it a good run. You know, you miss 100% of the putts you leave short. The 15th hole is a short par 4. You can see I have driver in hand. I should have went with a 3-wood here.
Oh, boy.
And I was too lazy to go back to the cart to get it. That was just a huge double cross. So I just need to punch this back into the fairway, and oh my god.
Oh, my God, that's so lucky. Oh, that's so lucky.
That was so close to hitting a branch. Thankfully, I am just near the green. And you know, the short game was pretty good for me on this day. I landed it exactly where I wanted to land it. Got the thumbs up right there. Putting for par. The left or right ones, I swear, I had the hardest time putting left or right. I never feel confident. And that lack of confidence is the reason why that came up short. That is an 8-iron on this par 3 16th. That's not really a pull when your feet are aligned that way. I short-sighted myself with the flag being on the left side of the green. I want to land this ball on the fringe, and I missed my mark by a few feet. Ended up on the fringe, though. Putting for par. Giving it a good run, almost. Almost won it, but we tap in for the bogey. The white tees on 17 were pushed back on this day, making this hole a lot longer and making the fairway seem a lot narrower. Usually I'm just a wedge in, but on this day I am 177 yards away. That is a 5-iron and a bit of an overswing. I pulled that quite a bit left. Much like the end to the front nine, the conclusion to the back nine was looking like a whimpering finish, but don't worry, I did not lead you guys on. The eagle is in sight as soon as I miss this par putt. And here is the moment you all have been waiting for. We come to the 18th, a short par 5 at 452 yards. You can see the hole is dead straight. There is a tight landing zone in the fairway, bunkers guarding the front of the green, but no match for Ken Sucks at Golf.
Oh, yeah.
That was a nice butter cut down the center of the fairway. I'm left with just 202 yards. That is a 4-iron.
Well, not the best strike, but...
I did not like the contact, but fate would be on my side.
Oh, get on. Oh, wow. Oh, keep going.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Wow.
I stuck it to about 10 feet. I still don't know how it ended up on the green. I missed right of the bunker and got a huge kick forward. So here I am for eagle.
Go, 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 go. Yes. Nice eagle.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And there you have it, my first eagle on the channel. My 4th eagle ever, but it's been about 3 years since.
What? I was very nervous over that.
At times it wasn't pretty, but I limited any big numbers in the back nine. And with one massively small number on 18, I shot 3 over 39 on the back for a final round of 80. The numbers were much better on the back nine. Obviously, finding fairways makes this game a lot easier. But more importantly, when you have a good short game like I had on this day, it makes the sport a little more tolerable. So I have one more golf vlog left for 2023. It's at one of the best courses you can play in New Jersey. So subscribe to the channel, and I will see you on the first tee.